Hi guys, a very good morning to all of you. I hope you all are safe and may be excited for my class. So I am here to teach you SST Standard 4 and Chapter 5. Because today we are going to start the new chapter and the chapter name is the Coastal Plains and the Islands. But before starting the chapter, I request all of you to please stay at home and enjoy your quality time with your family members. You can enjoy like playing the ludos, carom, you can watch the television. In fact, you can read your book also. You can complete your holiday homework which you received on online classes. You can complete your project work also because you know that it will add in your term 1 exam. So please complete it, and once the school will open, if I will ask to you the homework and the project work, then you have to show me without any hesitation and without any problem. So it's better that you have a lots of time, so in this time you can complete your all pending works. And please just because we all know that it's a very serious disease virus like COVID-19, so it's better that we can enjoy at home and we can be safe at home. And I might guess that you guys had completed your healthy and delicious breakfast. So eat healthy and stay happy at home, and whenever you are going to eat your meals, please wash your hand properly before and after your meals. And chapter 4, I think yesterday we have completed, and I think that the question answer and the objective types new words I have uploaded on the website of Hartford International School. So please you go there and then check your homework and please complete it in your fair copy. It should be in good handwriting and legible handwriting, and please use dark pencil. Now I might guess that you guys had completed your holiday homework also, and I'm just going to start the chapter 5, the coastal plains and the islands. So please take out your book. If you don't, then please purchase it as soon as possible. So please keep your pencil in your hand because the important part I will told you to underline. So that part you have to underline with pencil in your book. Now let's start the chapter. Now let us learn about the coastal plains and the island of India. So first of all we will go through the coastal plains, and then after we will go to the island. Now the first topic is the coastal plains. So here is written, first of all, what is coast? Then a coast is the land beside or near the sea or the ocean. Please you can underline that. If anybody will ask that what is coast, then you will say this line that a coast is the land. From here you just underline, a coast is the land beside or near the sea or the ocean. A coast is the land. It is the land beside or near the sea or the oceans. India has a beautiful coastline that stretches all around the Indian peninsula. We can go through this picture, the coastal plains and the island. We can see that India is what? Here it is beautiful coastlines, and it is what? It is all surrounded through the Indian peninsula. The length of the Indian coastal line is 7,000 kilometers. Please you can underline that. If anybody will ask, if I will ask that whenever the school will open, that how many length of the Indian coastline, then you will say 7,000 kilometers. So you can underline from here the length of the Indian coastline. The length of the Indian coastline is about 7,000 kilometers. Next is, on the west we have the western coast. We can see that in the picture that on the west side here we have the western coastal plains, and on the east we have the eastern coastal plains. Please you can go to the picture here in this picture, and then you can see that on the east side we have the eastern coastal plains, and on the west side we have the western coastal plains. The average width of the western coastal plain is 65 kilometers. Underline it that the average width of the, from here you can underline, from the average width of the western coastal plains is 65 kilometers, and that is of the eastern coastal plain is 120 kilometers. So the western coastal wide is 65 kilometers and the eastern coastal plains is wide is 120 kilometers. So from there you have to underline till kilometers. So I am repeating, please just see that you have done or not. If you not, then please do it again. Then the average width of the western coastal, the average width of the western coastal plain is 65 kilometers and that of the eastern coastal plain is 120 kilometers. So what Indian coastal line is length is 7,000 kilometers, but the average width of western coastal plains is 65 kilometers and the eastern coastal plain is 120 kilometers. So these all things, whatever I told you to underline, once the school class will over, the online class will over, please go through the chapter and please read that all the important things which I told you to underline, because maybe it will help you when you will go in the higher class. So please just focus on these all topics. Next, the first is the western coastal plains. Now the western coastal plains lies between the Arabian Sea and the Western Ghats. These also underline that western coastal plains lie between, it is in between the Arabian Sea and the Western Ghat. So from there you can underline the starting line of the topic. Then the western coastal plain lie between the Arabian Sea and the Western Ghats. Again I am repeating, the western coastal plains lie between the Arabian Sea and the Western Ghats. They begins in Gujarat and go to the southwards through the western part of Maharashtra, Goa, Karnataka and Kerala. So the western coastal plains, it begins from where? It begins from in Gujarat and it goes to the southward, goes to the south directions in the western parts of Maharashtra, Goa, Karnataka and Kerala. This also underline that it begins from the western coastal plains. It begins in Gujarat and it go to the southward through the western part of Maharashtra, Goa, Karnataka and Kerala. Please keep in mind, it's very important that western coastal plains, it lies between the Arabian Sea and the Western Ghats, and it begins in Gujarat and go to the southwards through the western part of Goa, Maharashtra, Karnataka and Kerala. They end in Kanyakumari in the south and it in where? And the western coastal ends, it ends in the Kanyakumari in the south. This also underline that the western coastal plains, it ends in Kanyakumari in the south direction. These plains are bordered in Gujarat but become narrow in South India. It is the border in Gujarat but it becomes what? It becomes very narrow to the South India. They are divided into three main parts. The western coastal plains, it divided into three main parts. Underline this. They are divided. Which are divided? The western coastal plains are divided into three main parts. The first is the Gujarat coast, the Konkan coast and the Malabar coast. From there you have to underline, they are divided into three main parts. They are divided into three main parts. First is the Gujarat coast, second is the Konkan coast and the last is the Malabar coast. So again I am repeating the western coastal plains in a very short in a summaries, like western coastal lies between the Arabian Sea and the Western Ghats. It begins in Gujarat and go to the southwards through the western part of Goa, Maharashtra, Karnataka and Kerala, and it ends in Kanyakumari in the south. Here it is divided into three main parts: the Gujarat coast, the Konkan coast and the Malabar coast. Now the first is what? Gujarat coast. You can underline from the next line. The Gujarat coast is broadest between the Gulf of Kutch and the Gulf of Khambat. Now, Gujarat coast, it is between the Gulf of Kutch and the Gulf of Khambhat. A gulf is what? A gulf is an inlet of the sea that has a large area of water partly surrounded by land. Gulf is what? It is an inlet of the sea that has a large area of water partly surrounded by land. Now next about the Konkan coast we will see in the next videos. So please guys watch the next videos, lecture number 2. Till that, thank you and have a nice day.